All right, everybody. I think we have a solid group joining us this evening. So without further ado, let's get right started. I can see some of my families from the Mississauga campus in the participant list. So welcome. I've just enjoyed a wonderful day with your children, and it's great to be speaking to you now about our upcoming travel programs. So my name is Nicholas Catania. I am the principal of Blyth Academy here in Mississauga. It's a private school in beautiful Port Credit. I have been with Blyth Academy for now 10 years, and the travel programs in the international division is actually where I started. So I was leading programs for many years with Blyth Academy International, both on our global high school program as well as our international summers programs. So I'm very well versed in all of this, in addition to recently having brought back a wonderful group of students this summer in July. I was the principal on the Italy-Greece program. And I have a lot of amazing things to share with you about how the program is run, the structure, and a lot more fun stories along the way, because it was a really fantastic month that we had in July for the Italy-Greece program. And I'm so excited to share my experiences with all of you, as well as getting to introduce Blyth Academy travel programs to those who are new to our communities. I'm also joined by Brian Bona. Brian, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Brian Bona. I'm working with Georgia Hardy Tours, who's the travel provider for the summer programs and our March break program with Blythe Academy. It's our pleasure to be partnered with this excellent organization to provide these really special and unique opportunities for your children. My journey's been a pretty amazing one. I started in teaching more than 20 years ago in summer programs in Ireland. We're offering a wonderful Irish experience this year as one of the offerings. And I then was principal in Greece and in Italy. So I've got experience doing that as well. And had the pleasure of working with students from all over Ontario and all over Canada for roughly 20 years on these summer programs. So I can really attest to the transformative power of this experience for your sons and daughters. It really is a special and unique opportunity. So thank you for joining us. And now I'm working with GHT. I do customer care, customer service, and I'll be a point of contact once you've registered your son or daughter for throughout the year as we work toward the departure next summer. Thank you again for joining us. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Brian. We also have, she's not on the screen, but I know she's here. Melina
Hello.
from Georgia Hardy as well. Melina, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself as well before I go into the agenda?
Hi, everyone. My name is Melina Mancini. I'm the VP of Sales at G Hardy. I've been at the company for 20 years, and my first job with the company 20 years ago was a supervisor on the summer programs, reporting to Brian, who was a teacher at the time. And I met my husband on that program. I promise you will not be meeting your son or daughter will not be meeting their husbands and wives on this program. But this is a program very near and dear to my heart, and I'm so happy to see after 20 years the programs are still alive and designed similar to how they were designed 20 years ago, because it really works. And you're about to see why. So I'll hand it back over to Nick, but I am here monitoring the chat. And I'll jump in when we talk about Dubai, because I was there myself and I designed that program. Thank you.
Thank you, Melina. And yes, I have so many wonderful tidbits to share with you from this summer, but also many years. So get ready. And if, again, you have any questions, we won't do an official Q&A at the end. Please feel free to pop them in the chat, and then we will do our best to answer as we go through. So tonight, we're going to give you an overview of our March break programs, as well as our international summer programs, which have launched. Not only are they successful, they've been thriving. In fact, last year we just added the reverse Italy-Greece program to the Greece-Italy program due to popular demand, which is one of the more popular programs that we've had year over year here at Blyth Academy. So again, many new programs to explore this year as well, such as Dubai, as well as Ireland. But let me go right into it. So we'll be discussing the program staff, teachers, principals, as well as myself, and a variety of other logistical operations along the way, such as safety and supervision. So our experience around the world speaks for itself. You can see here we have this quote from a former parent discussing just the transformative experience, as Brian had mentioned, that are these programs, not only just being able to go out, see, experience, live independently. Oh my goodness, the amount of life skills that are learned during these 3 weeks abroad that it just is not something that can be taught in school, but rather is taught through the school of life. It's amazing getting to teach kids how to do their laundry for the first time, for instance, pointing them to the local lavanderia was always an amazing thing when they came back with clean clothes for a variety of reasons, because they did start to stink after a while. But that being said, we've got many years shared between both Blyth Academy as well as Georgia Hardy. So we are, of course, your trusted partner in experiential learning. So why travel with us? Some of these photos I took this summer, actually. Quite simply put, academic excellence. You can see in that photo there, that was Mr. Cohen. He was our English teacher, working directly one-on-one with our students in the evenings during our study hall periods when we had some free time before and after dinner. So quite simply put, all of our courses are not only reflected as part of the student experience in terms of their transcripts, but they also do qualify for university acceptances as well. We have quite simply a fantastic curriculum that we deliver year over year. Things are always changing, but it's really about that personalized approach that we can, accommodate with our students while abroad. Additionally, I've already spoken about our many decades of experience in terms of international travel. Blyth Academy has been around since 1977 as well, and we've been doing this for many, many years. You can see in the photo with Safe Group Travel. I actually took that photo. It was a reverse selfie. That evening, we were walking up to Piazzale Michelangelo in Florence for our nighttime sunset view of the whole city. It was amazing. So we grabbed the whole group as one entire school, made our way up, got our photos, and it's also really great to travel with a group of young students who are so eager to get out there, see, do, and eat a lot of gelato. I don't think there was one gelato shop that wasn't taken on by Blyth Academy students. So we do have rules and expectations when it does come to ensuring that safety is our #1 priority for everyone on the program, that being, of course, students and staff. So I'll talk about some of the supervision roles and responsibilities that we have along the way. And of course, the high quality experience that is delivered. I cannot tell you, and this is a firsthand testimony from yours truly, how much these programs have evolved since I have started. The experience that the students and myself and the teachers had in July was something that I have not seen before. And that's all due in part thanks to Georgia Hardy and the work that they had done in creating these amazing programs. But the quality is unparalleled. I never had one complaint about the food, especially in Italy. And trust me, the pasta does not disappoint. So these are some of the things that we'll be highlighting throughout the evening as well. All right, so let's talk about our teachers. #1, they're enthusiastic. They're there because they want to be there. Okay, we're not dragging teachers onto an airplane as part of a summer role. No, they are definitely impassioned and they have a passion for travel and taking students out into the world and not only being able to teach them in a foreign location, well, foreign maybe to them, but certainly not to us. And just, making sure that they're there to be that supportive adult while they're still experiencing this. So our teachers, they're enthusiastic, they're well-traveled, they know what they're doing. They're not getting on an airplane for the first time. They're used to some of the kinks and qualms that can come with student travel, but travel in general, and they're very flexible. But I would say #1 is they're there to be supportive along the way too. And of course, they're OCT certified. So OCT is the Ontario College of Teachers. Our teachers are coming from well-known private schools or also distinguished larger schools within the GTA and Ontario as well. So they're very highly they come very highly recommended, and we love taking them with us year over year. So our principals, I guess that's me. So my role essentially is helping to work out the logistics while on the ground, that being both working with hotels, working with restaurants, working with transport to ensure that we get to where we need to go. But of course, where it does come up, dealing with discipline and behavioral concerns along the way, that is, of course, the role of the principal to address with students and families. I'm very happy to say that I had hardly next to no discipline in July. We had a great group of students that were all there for the same purpose, that being they wanted to enjoy their summer while also earning a credit abroad over the summer that counts towards not only graduation, but to their university applications. And of course, we go the extra mile. I do it because I care. I've been doing it for many years and seeing year over year the change in the student from day one on the program to the end of the program. They come back a whole new student. You almost feel like it. And it's just one experience that you cannot beat. In fact, parents are still emailing me saying, thanks so much. They're still glowing. They may have lost their tan, but they're still glowing. I know I lost my tan, but in time. All right. So in terms of academics, like I did mention, all credits earned by students while abroad are recognized by the Ministry of Education. All right. We are a private inspected high school, so all credits are widely recognized by all schools. In fact, they have to be, quite simply put, because we are inspected. All right. So when a course is completed at the end of the month, what will happen is you as the family will receive a report card to your home school as well as to your home address. Okay, what then happens is the final grade gets entered onto the student transcript and then your records are updated. It's a very straightforward, simple process when it comes to academic reporting that we love to make sure is very smooth, seamless, and efficient for families and schools. Now, like I've also mentioned, we're highly personalized. We have smaller class sizes, and as a result, we can reach our students in ways that may be a lot more challenging in larger settings. So average class sizes of 10 to 12. This summer, I actually had the privilege as well as returning to my teaching duties. So I got to teach the photography courses this summer, which is a fantastic course to teach while in Italy and Greece, and the students had a fantastic time. Every day we were out and about taking pictures, learning about aperture, applying shutter speed, ISO, technical components, and they had a lot of creative projects that they did along the way too. But I was able to take a look at the courses and understand my students and say, you know what, no, let's add that fashion assignment back in because that's something that you're really interested in. And we can go from there. You can do an entire shoot on the beaches of Greece. What better assignment? My goodness. And that's something that we actually did with them, and they really enjoyed it. So that really gives that personalized approach of being able to get to know your students, build strong rapport with them, uh, and have a great time not only teaching, but learning from them and for the sake of learning for themselves. Now, third, we have a centralized platform. It's called EDSB. Okay, so for any Mississauga families joining us tonight, you're used to EDSB and you're used to our use of EDSB. What I like to refer to EDSB as being the Facebook of education. It's where you log in, it's where your classes are, it's where you can communicate with your teacher. Okay, parents and students can send messages to their teacher if they have a question about anything. So you following from home can track what's happening academically in live time. That's where all the grades are updated and reported, as well as the class notes being posted for students who do require accommodations such as note taking. Everything is posted there in the library. And again, it's very easy to follow along with. Resources are there for their classes, and it's overall always been a very positive platform that we've used time and again. Now, you can actually see here learning in action. So the photographs there are actually, they were taken in Rome, and the students in their English classes were studying Julius Caesar. So one of the presentations that Mr. Cohen had tasked the grade 12s with was doing a reenactment of one of the acts. And I was able to sneak in one afternoon while the photography students were doing their studio work. And I was just snapping away because it was profound. They were able to take the text, enact with it, and then actively put it on for the rest of their classmates. It was something that was so profound and is always so enjoyable, not only from an audience perspective, but also from the student perspective, because they can then go ahead, take on those roles, negotiate in groups, collaborate, work with each other, and really meet the curriculum expectations as they're outlined. So those are some great examples of learning in action that was done in the hotel room there. And then on the right, you can see some of our photography students in action as well. The first one on the top, they were on the top of the Acropolis in Athens. That was a hot day. The cat below, that was the cat at the Galetes Hotel in Paros. Um, Again, it's just amazing what these students can do. You can see Shutterwork in action with the um, carousel in Florence there. And then there are some of my photographers down in the bottom right corner. They're working with color, so they found a fruit vendor in Florence as well. But this is really where class comes to life, and how could it not when you're abroad and taking advantage of those amazing experiential opportunities? I mean, come on, Julius Caesar in Rome, how could it get any better? All right, here are a list of the courses that we are offering this upcoming summer for the summer programs. All right, so please take note that depending on grade level, certain classes are going to run in certain programs. So as you can see, LVV4U, which is grade 12 classical civilizations, that's studies in antiquity, that's only going to run on the Italy-Greece program. All right, so if you're interested in that course, you would be on that specific program. The Englishes for grade 11 and 12 run straight across the board, okay? Same thing with grade 12 writer's craft as well as grade 12 studies in literature. Those were delivered asynchronously this year, but the teacher was with us, being Mr. Cohen, so they completed the work, logged in, and then they received their final report cards, both to their home school and their home addresses. And that was an amazing way to enjoy the pursuits of travel while also getting to take those courses because those courses were approved by their home schools to take. So always, if you're interested, definitely do check out on the website the courses that are available. So here is a typical day. I'll just go through it. Every day, I do want to say no day is typical when you're on these programs. There's never going to be a textbook for a schedule. But we do generally follow this schedule here when it does come to standard academic days where it fits. So we wake up in the morning, students have their breakfast at the hotel. That's always provided as part of the program. If we have to leave early in the morning to catch a transfer flight or some kind of other means of getting somewhere, we might have a packaged breakfast ready for us to go. And then classes, students meet with their teachers in the morning, typically for their classes. Lunch is then set. We will set a schedule each day as we did on the program this summer. Lunch is not included as part of the program. This is the opportunity for students to, of course, go out and enjoy local cuisine, all right? They always would ask, what are we having for dinner? Because if they knew we were going for pizza, which, by the way, you can never have enough of in Italy, it's just so good. They would always ask me in advance because I always knew what was on the menu. That way they could then plan their lunch accordingly. But it's a great opportunity for students to get out there and, experience a cuisine and local lunch for themselves. In the afternoons, typically, sometimes we'll have some kind of an excursion, whether that's, let's say, going to Antiparos, which was in Greece. We did an afternoon excursion to one of the local villages. The students got to go to the beach there, do some shopping, things like that. And then in the evenings, we always have dinner together. All right, and that as well is arranged by Georgia Hardy, who, like I said at the beginning of this presentation, had phenomenal restaurant selections. Like there was never one meal that disappointed. And I can say that from experience, okay? We'll have dinner in the evenings if there is any opportunity for homework or study hall, depending on where we are, what we're doing the next day, that could be arranged. As well, we do have opportunities for students to explore during free time in the evenings, and I'll outline how that works and the rules in place to ensure that everybody's accountable not only for one another, but in making sure that safety is number one. Okay, and then we of course have a curfew. Now the curfew is going to be set by the principal depending on the day and what's happening the next day. So I'll give you this one example. My group in July, they were a fantastic group. I said that at the beginning. They were always on time for curfew, if not earlier. Sometimes they just wanted to go to bed. Or sometimes they even just checked into the hotel and they were down in the common areas playing card games until room check, which was so wholesome to see. So again, when it does come to curfew, though, I would provide them with some additional time in the evenings based on behavior and always being responsible. And it's a win-win for everybody. If they can demonstrate they're responsible and trusted, then you know what? You guys earned it. All right. Let's talk about safety and supervision once again. So as part of the evening experiences for students, first of all, the locales and cities that we're in are very centrally located and incredibly safe. Okay, we're always in safe areas, in safe hotels that make it possible for students to go out and, of course, explore with their friends in a minimum of groups of 4. No, no less. Okay, it's an accountability perspective in case that something happens in the evenings. And of course, it always works out wonderfully. So students will sign out. Typically, we would allow sign out from dinner once they've become familiar with the area. They know the location, how to get back to the hotel. They would sign out in their minimum group of four. They would list specifically where they were going. So I knew that if I wanted to just go venture over to the San Lorenzo leather market, I would find them there or in that area. Okay. They would sign out in their groups. Okay. More than four, even better. All right. They would sign out and then they would be expected to return back to the hotel by curfew time set. Uh, Oftentimes, what we would have is curfew and then room check. So they would sign in at curfew, back at the hotel, and then we would do room check typically half an hour later. That way they could have time to rest back at the hotel before room check and lights out. So every night we would do a room check on everyone's hotel rooms. Knock, knock. Please be decent. Okay, great. 1, 2, 3, 4. See you in the morning. Breakfast is at 8:30. Class is at 9:30. Be prepared. Don't leave your room. That's most importantly. Once they're in their rooms, they're in. Checked in. We know they're at the hotel. We know they're safe. And then tomorrow's a new day and we do it all over again. Okay? But absolutely, there is a zero tolerance at all times for the use of alcohol and drugs. Okay? No matter how old you are, no matter what country you're in, no matter what country you're from, we do not take that lightly. And it could result in you being sent home at your own cost. So I do need to make that incredibly clear for everyone here. Because, as we've liked to say, Melina, it could be what? Oh, Melina, you're muted.
Was this the joke about it might be the most expensive bottle of wine
Uh-huh.
you ever buy in your
Yeah.
life? Because
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
the cost of a plane ticket. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Not worth it. Not worth it at all. So in terms of medical access, we do have access to doctors and local health centers where needed, or clinics as well. Hotels are always at the ready to provide us with that guidance as needed. We act fast in the event of an emergency. And of course, we want to make sure that their health and safety is number one. And we know where we're going, and the hotels are directing us right there. In terms of insurance, it is mandatory for all students on the program to have mandatory travel insurance, including emergency health and medical. When we talk about the operations of the program, I'm going to allow Georgia Hardy to expand on that a little bit more. But again, health and safety is our number one priority. And with that, I believe it's time for us to discuss our destinations for the upcoming 2026 season. So, Brian, Melina, I will let you take it away.
Wonderful. So, Melina, you were going to speak to Dubai. That's our March break program. So I'll leave it to you.
Okay. We are delighted to be presenting Dubai and Abu Dhabi in the United Emirates as a March break program. This is one of those places where if you don't go on a school trip to Dubai and Abu Dhabi, you might never get there in your life because it's very far away. And all of the sites and the experiences that we're doing, it's only possible to pack a schedule like this on a group trip, or it would be a very, very, very expensive private holiday. But you get high value. I was in Dubai for a conference. I went to Abu Dhabi as well, and I was really blown away by how beautiful, safe, clean, and Arabian it was. It was a very authentic, wonderful, interesting experience. And we're happy to share this with you. We already have we're almost half full at the moment. And if you wanted to attach a course to this program, you could, and you could contact Blythe about it. This is more of a March break trip, but you could attach a course and you can contact Blythe if you're interested in doing a course. And I just wanted to say it's safe, beautiful, interesting, and if you've never been to the Middle East before, it's a wonderful place to be. There were signs everywhere at the Grand Mosque in the streets, signs that said tolerance. So it's a very global, interesting, authentic, and safe way to explore this very unique part of the world. So that is the March break trip in a nutshell. Registration's open and we're almost half full.
Thanks, Mel. This year is an exceptional year, and particularly because I think we're offering such a range of unique experiences and programs for your sons and daughters. So Italy, Greece, and Greece, Italy are the same program with the same inclusions and exclusions, which you can see on the respective digital brochures. It is essentially the same program in reverse. The only difference is which course is being offered on which programs. So, when you're taking a look at it, that will factor into it. If you're interested in taking photography or classical civ, of course, the English is being grade 12 and grade 11 are being offered on both, so you can choose either one, but they are the same program, just in reverse. So the students in Italy and Greece, and on both programs, will go to the wonderful Renaissance capital about Florence, and they will have an opportunity and an optional day trip to go to the amazing city of Venice, and they visit Rome as well. And see the Colosseum and all the great wonders that are in the beautiful city of Rome. Then the Greece portion on Italy, Greece, and Greece, Italy includes some time in Athens to visit some of the incredible museums and to see things like the Acropolis, and then to head off to the Greek islands. So the city is amazing. The city is full of incredible things, but nothing surpasses the experience of traveling on the Greek islands. And the students will visit the beautiful island of Paros and the nearby island of Antiparos, and of course the iconic white-washed, beautiful blue sky sunsets from Santorini as part of their experience on both the Italy Greece and the Greece Italy program. Some of the things that include in these programs are guided tours, always done by expert guides. We hire the finest and high quality blue badge guides to do all of the historical tours in the cities. They'll have opportunities for some fun beach days. There's a catamaran cruise, which is amazing, a real highlight for the students in the Greek islands. They visit a gladiator school, which was a huge hit. The students get an opportunity to really, really have their learning come alive in a very, very hands-on. They dress up as gladiators. You can see the photo there, and really learn about the gladiator experience in the Colosseum firsthand. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. And of course, some of the most iconic museums, seen the Michelangelo's David in Florence, and visiting the great galleries of Rome and Venice and Florence, and of course Athens. So they're both excellent programs. Take a look at the courses on offer, and that you can of course reach out to us if you have questions as well. I know. So some of the things I think differentiate us is and Nick mentioned this, the quality of the location of the accommodations. So you can look at the brochures and you know exactly where the hotels are. You can see the pictures that your sons and daughters will be staying at. And because we've been doing this successfully for such a long time, the partnerships with the local providers, like Nick mentioned, the restaurants, we have great relationships with our local partners, and they provide exceptional service for GHT and for Blyth Academy.
Brian, can I just jump in on the
Yes.
gladiator school? Because I have to say that was the best day we had. I enjoyed it because I was the emperor,
Yes, I
but
heard.
that was an amazing excursion for everybody, and everyone was all smiles that day. It was
Excellent.
fantastic. So
Yeah.
it's one of those
That's fun.
activities.
And they're doing it on both. So either Italy and Greece or Greece, Italy. But you know what? That's great. But what I really think is exciting about Blythe Academy's offerings this year is the fact that we've got a diversity of experiences. I mean, we've got Abu Dhabi and Dubai. We've got Italy and Greece. We've got Japan, and Japan was a huge hit last year. It was very popular, very unique experience for students to visit a part of the world that is just fascinating and enlightening and surprising. So it's just an exceptional and very unique opportunity. So the group will be going to Osaka, and we'll do a day trip to Hiroshima and learn about the terrible tragedy that happened there. They will visit the city of temples in Japan, in Kyoto, visit the amazing city of Nara on a day trip, and end in the remarkable metropolis of Tokyo. and really get an immersive opportunity to see a fascinating culture up close and live in a very unique place. And it was a very popular program last year and hugely successful. So we were determined to repeat the offer again this year. So the tour includes visits to a number of historical sites, some of the amazing temples and palaces that are all over Japan. They will get to learn a little bit about a traditional Japanese tea ceremony. They will learn about making sushi and going to a cooking class. They will visit temples. They visit Team Lab, which is this amazing anime culture music experience, which was, I think, one of the absolute highlights of the program last year. And they'll also get a samurai experience to learn about, bringing again the history, and they're learning alive in a really hands-on way, learning about the samurai and the traditions that are so much a part of this really fascinating culture. You can see a picture of the students there having that experience last year. And then we've got another absolutely unique offering for your consideration this year, the Irish Experience. This is a unique one in that it is a very special opportunity for students to understand what the university experience is like. And so this is a very popular program. It's been run for many years, and we are very pleased to be partnering with the Irish Experience this year and to provide this unique opportunity. The students, this is a different program in that the students will be staying in university residences. So they get that opportunity to sort of experience what university would be like in the cities of Cork and in the city of Dublin, the capital city of Ireland. So the students will be visiting Cork. That's where they'll be based, and go to some of the wonderful sites, including Mizzen Head and the beautiful city of Kinsale. They'll also visit Kilkenny as well, one of the other great cities of Ireland. Then head to Dublin and head out to the magical place of Glendalough out in the countryside, and see the Wicklow Mountains and some just beautiful experiences in Ireland. So they will see a number of historical sites in Dublin and in Cork, visiting some of the castles and ruins. They're going to be seeing some performances, including some live music at a Cayley and theater performance in Dublin, visiting the museums. They'll have a city tour of the capital of Ireland. And we'll also be attending the Gaelic Games, which is a really unique opportunity for students to learn about the fascinating culture and history of Ireland. So again, another very unique program, and as I said, I think this really is a great breadth and depth of offerings that will appeal to a wide range of student interests. So what's included in all the programs? What's included is, of course, international airfare. There is an option on all the programs if you'd like to book your own air. You can contact me directly. Maybe Melina can drop my email into the chat, and we can talk about that. There is an option when you're registering to do your own air, and we can coordinate that so that you can possibly extend a trip or make special arrangements. But the international airfare is included in the price, as are any internal flights. So the students are in Italy, Greece, fly from Athens to Rome and Rome to Athens. So those are included as well. Accommodation in centrally located hotels, very important to know where you're going to be staying. And I know some of our competitors, you can look on their website and you don't know what hotel it is. Well, with us, you do. This is where you're staying. This has all been confirmed, and you can take a look at the hotels. And one of the things that I think really makes GHT exceptional is the fact that these are centrally located. So you're not staying out side of Rome, an hour drive away, where students have to board a bus to do anything. They are staying right in the heart of the city. All internal transportation is included, so transfers by private coach. Sometimes the students go by high-speed train, as they do in Japan, which is an amazing experience to go on the bullet train. And sometimes they use the metro. So you might use the metro in Rome, for example, to get around, which is also a unique experience. I know the last time I was with a group of students in Rome, a number of them had never been on a subway before. So another really unique experience for the students. Breakfast is included daily at the properties, as are selected dinners. So, dinner is included most nights, but on some nights we also give the students the opportunity to explore on their own. They have their own interests. They may want to go out with their friends and do something a little bit unique, and they work with the principals to ensure that they're aware of what's going on. So, giving an opportunity for students to explore and develop that independence that is so much a part of this experience. Taxes are included on all the programs. All of the hotels, of course, the students are working and they're using Edsby, so their high quality Wi-Fi is a major consideration for us at the hotels to make sure that they're able to access readily their schoolwork when they're doing their research or they're doing projects or submitting assignments. City orientation and guided tours are also included, as I said, by high quality Blue Badge guides in the major cities. And then the academic instruction and all the materials for the programs are also included in the price. I think I've sort of spoken to this. Some of the highlights, I guess, the city tours, museums, the cultural sites, walking tours. There they are in the Coliseum. That was last summer. Um, There they are in the Team Lab in Japan. That the museums and cultural sites are really fascinating and fun experience for the students. Beach days, and you can see the beautiful crystal clear Mediterranean there in the photo. Opportunities to go market shopping. The leather market, as Nick mentioned, in San Lorenzo and Florence is a major hit. And they will also, in each of the programs has a farewell banquet. I know the one in Ireland is especially wonderful, where they go to the yacht club for a seaside final dinner to celebrate their achievements. So as I mentioned earlier, the 3 and 4 star boutique hotels are all centrally located. Room occupancy on the programs are in double, triple, and quad occupancy, depending on the city. So and rooming requests are absolutely no problem at all. When you're registering, there's a field for notes or special requests. If you'd like your son or daughter to room with a friend who's coming on the trip, that's easily arranged. Just let us know in advance, and when we're doing the rooming, we make all those arrangements for the students. Amenities are also included as well. And because they're centrally located, you're not staying out in the middle of, the countryside outside Rome or outside Florence, means that there's readily available things like grocery stores, pharmacies, restaurants for students to get lunch. It's all really centrally located and easy to access. Some of the highlights, and these are some of the hotels we're staying at. The beautiful Galatis Hotel, and that is not a fake picture. That is the real picture taken right from the pool and the sea. The Athens Hotel as well. As you can see, the Calero is right in the heart, and that's your rooftop breakfast area, and that's the view of the Acropolis. Now in Osaka as well, they're staying in the center, and you can see the beautiful ultra modern hotel that the students will get on the Japan program. And the residents in Cork, I should speak just briefly to that. So when I said they were double, triple, and quad occupancy, that's the case for everything except in the Ireland program, where the students are actually in single rooms in an apartment style structure with six rooms, individual bedrooms, 6 rooms attached to a common area. So again, it's that really, really unique university experience that is very appealing about students who may choose the Irish experience. Now, regarding accommodations for allergies, of course, it's the same thing. We will very much take this seriously. The students' safety and well-being is our number one concern. So if there is an allergy or a special meal request, a vegetarian or a vegan or anything like that, when you're registering your son or daughter, please make note of that in there, and we will ensure that the hotels and all of the restaurants get that well in advance. They're well aware of any special requests or special needs for diet to ensure that your sons and daughter are safe and well looked after and well fed in healthy and very good options. We spend a lot of time, as Nick mentioned, discerning these restaurants. We have long-standing relationships with these providers, and they're excellent at providing really wholesome options for students. Breakfast is buffet style at the hotels, and lunchtime students are on their own, as said, to explore local cuisine and have some freedom to experiment and try different things as well. There are optional excursions on some of the programs. So in Italy and Greece, Italy, and Italy, Greece, there's an optional day trip to Venice, which is hugely popular. The students get to, they go by train, by high-speed train from Florence to Venice. They meet a guide and get a wonderful historical tour of the city and get into to see St. Mark's and the wonderful narrow streets and the canals. And they have some free time for lunch in Venice as well, and then they return to Florence at the end of the day. To from Dublin on the Irish experience, there'll be an optional experience to go to the Giant's Causeway and to see Northern Ireland. So the students will head up to Belfast and they'll have an opportunity to see Northern Ireland, the unique experience there, and head and see some of the wonderful scenery on the coast, such as the Giant's Causeway, which you can see there. And finally, there's an optional excursion on in the Japan program where they go to Tokyo Disneyland, which was very popular last year. The students really had a lot of fun there. It's a fun day for them to take a break from their studies, blow off a little bit of steam, go on some rides, have the experience of seeing a really unique cultural iconic place in the wonderful country of Japan. I mean, the ambassador program is something that Blyth is offering. It's an opportunity for students to sort of spread their word and get to act as ambassadors for the program. Sometimes the students who've been on the program before, we've had students come more than once who just love the experience so much and want to come again. And they also and there's incentives to create content when they're on the tours as well. And there's some perks as well offered by Blyth. But if you have questions about ambassador program, you can reach out directly to the team at Blyth and they'll be happy to assist. So a bit more about us. Nick, do you want to take over?
So Blyth Academy, I mentioned before, we've been around since 1977. We do have private boutique campuses. Like I said, I'm the principal of our Mississauga campus here in beautiful Port Credit, but we do have campuses throughout the GTHA as well as up in Ottawa. We do have two online schools, actually. One is Orbit, which is live Zoom teacher-led classes, as well as our online asynchronous program, which is Blyth Academy Online. And as well, we do have various athletic programs at some of the select campuses for sports elite athletics training and whatnot, mainly in hockey and soccer. All right. And those are at our Downsview and Burlington campuses. Brian, on to you.
So G Hardy Tours, we've been around since 1987, and we are primarily a group travel company, but we also provide luxury bespoke travel. All of our trips are luxury and bespoke. So what we do is we work with the clients like Blyth to build really special experiences for students, but we also do it for adult groups. And we also provide luxury travel for families. So if somebody can approach us and say, it's our special wedding anniversary, or we've got a family birthday coming up, and we would like to do a special trip to some wonderful place around the world. We work on all continents, and we do luxury family as well. And we're also available for travel consultation. Sometimes travel's complicated, and if you have questions or you're not even sure where to begin, we do have a consultation service as well. So you can reach out to me or to Melina and the sales team, and somebody's will make themselves available to sort of help you make your travel dreams come true. That's what we're here to do.
I just wanted to add to that, Brian. Thank you. I wanted to say that we're very proud of our 40-year history. And because we are a team of travel designers, we have departures leaving weekly. So the reason the restaurants are excellent and why Nick enjoyed his pasta and gelato is because every week we have families, museums, art galleries going through the beautiful cities like Rome, Florence, Sorrento. So we're always getting up-to-date information so that by the time you go on your summer program, this is already tried and tested and the most up-to-date, best version you can possibly get. So I just wanted to add that.
Okay, and you can see it right here clearly for yourselves. Our website has a series of parent and student testimonials based on their experiences over the many years of us doing this. So please, if you want to learn more about what other students or families have had to say, it's all on our website.